Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing for these series videos I've been doing for a little while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. More pickles! Pickles. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, despite the pickles, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today, though? Happens to be my Half Gain shirt. I love this shirt. It's so cool. What the hell is Half Gain, though? Half Gain were, quite a while ago, they were a band of the nu metal variety that existed in Arizona. I don't know exactly how long. There's not a ton of information on them, but they at least lasted long enough to put out an album. They even did a little low-budget music video. It's available on YouTube if you want to watch it. And I became aware of their stuff like a couple years ago. It kind of timed itself out nicely because I actually already had some familiarity with one of their members, because the lead singer of Half Gain was also the lead singer of the band Dead, which is another nu metal band that I'm a big fan of. They currently still exist. So I went over there and I talked to a friend of mine, a guy named Mark. Hi, Mark. He watches my videos sometimes. And he went over there and made me the Half Gain shirt. And I love it. It's so cool. If you happen to be interested at all in Half Gain or Dead or whatever, I can go over there and kind of point you in the right direction as far as their stuff is concerned. But anyway, pickles. So yes, I am reviewing the pickle menu from Popeyes. I just got through reviewing their pickle lemonade. Ooh, you can watch that if you want my full take on that. And I've got 3 other items here. We'll see if I can even get all of them in. I don't know if my storage is going to let me. I'm running low. But I figured, all right, I got a couple other things. I want to get this one in because it's the most picklish of all of them. What is it? It happens to be, boom, fried pickles. Fried pickles are kind of a Midwest thing. I don't know if they're like everywhere, but they're sort of associated with the Midwest. I actually kind of like fried pickles depending on where they're from. Sometimes they can be really nice. I don't know how Popeyes is going to do with it, but let's get a thing for the thing here. It looks like, can I do something like this? And we'll go, ha 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 ha. Shout out fried pickle. Pickle. Wow, that is conflicting pickle. Yeah, okay. I don't know, I'm kind of here or there on that. So, there's good and bad. The nice thing about it is that it's fried up in basically like the same stuff that, they fry their chicken in. Now, I like that, because it reminds me of Popeyes chicken. Popeyes chicken is good. It's the shiznit, as, the Adam Sandler movie once put it. Wonder how much Popeyes paid to have that happen. But anyway, the thing, and I rarely would say this, the thing that's honestly disappointing is the level of pickleness. It's like, I would honestly say it's probably about like 85% just sort of Popeyes kind of breaded, slightly seasoned kind of vibe. And then you just have like this little tiny like the pickles are really thin. And yeah, they're just, so you're expecting a little bit of like a tanginess, something to go with it. Yeah. It mostly just tastes kind of like Popeye's chicken. And then sort of at the very end, you get a little bit of that sort of slightly vinegary taste. That's a shame. I mean, again, if you watch my channel, I'm not the biggest pickle guy in the world, but, you say pickle, I expect pickle. I'm not saying these aren't pickles, but I was expecting more oomph from them, especially given the lemonade. The lemonade has a lot of pickle flavor in it. All right, well, if there's one thing that might make these somewhat more palatable, although they're not hard to eat or anything, they're just not as tasty as I was hoping, and it's another Midwest thing, it's ranch. So we'll try it with some ranch. Yeah, what the hell? Just freaking shot its load on me. What the hell? I don't appreciate that. All right, let's get some. Unsurprisingly, it makes it tastier. But, yeah, because the thing is that what it's doing is the tanginess from the ranch is providing the tanginess that I would normally expect from the pickle. So it's a little bit of a cop-out. And then what you're sort of losing is you're losing some of that Popeyes flavor. You know, obviously ranch is, you know, it's a pretty strong flavor. So, yeah, it's definitely kind of taking over the scenario. I mean, I do like it more because there's more to it. But there's only more to it because I've just added ranch. So, yeah, okay. Well, but don't stay there. All right. Well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? Honestly, no and no. They're not terrible or anything. Like, again, Popeye's chicken tastes good, so the breading is nice. But especially, you know, being from the Midwest myself, you know, I'm in Illinois and everything. Like I said, I've had proper fried pickles. And proper fried pickles can genuinely be really, really nice. Like, it's one of the few instances where I can sort of push back my less than enthusiastic opinion on pickles and just really enjoy it for what it is. In this case, though, they're just so weak, you know? And it's like, I would have hoped for more from Popeyes, you know? Because, like, yeah, they're fast food, but they're typically a little bit fancier. And, you know, pickles on chicken sandwich and stuff, they know what they're doing. But, yeah, I just feel like these, they don't have enough, or they don't have enough pickly oomph. And I think that, you know, yeah, you can dip them in the ranch, but that's kind of cheating, you know? Like, they should be good on their own, and then the ranch should make them better. Excuse me, whereas I feel, in this instance, really, they just kind of are really, really weak, and then the ranch covers up some of that weakness. So, for me personally, like, nah, man, I would just get, you know, proper ones from, you know, maybe like a bar and grill type of place or something like that. A lot of times they'll have them. If I'm recommending them, like, no, because I think, unless it's something where, I can't even say that. I was going to say unless it's something where maybe, you know, you've never had fried pickles, you know, maybe this could be your, but you don't want this to be your first experience with them. You know, I would honestly go as far as to say that these are, well, not horrendous or anything, like, they're fine for what they are. There's such a diminishment over the actual, you know, dish, the actual fried pickles. I would say honestly just, you know, let these ones go. You know, if Popeyes decides to go over there, maybe tweak it up a little bit, find some way to, you know, give it a little bit more razzle-dazzle, sure. But as is, I just think they're really weak, and they're honestly not worth it. Not for me, anyway. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly ranch makes everything taste better-tastic rest of your life. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on ranch? You know, like I said, being from the Midwest, it's something that's always available. But I know it can be very divisive. You know, it is one of those things where, like, some people love it, some people hate it. I did find it hilarious when I found out that over in, like, Europe and stuff like that, when they brand something that's, like, ranch flavored, they just call it American flavored. And I was like, yeah, I'm proud of that. That's Midwest represent. But I don't know. Let me know what your take is, though. Anyway.